10? I've only got 10 pieces. That's not a lot for me. There's room to expand. Hey wild things, welcome back. It's Cypress, and I thought it would be really fun for us to take a moment and just luxuriate and relish all of my fur coats. Not self-indulgent at all. Nope. Okay. I love faux fur coats, and I'm sure many of you love faux fur coats, so I thought we would just take a tour of my coat closet, so to speak. Obviously, this is not the closet. This is a portable rack that I've brought into my studio / living room so that we can actually see these, because my closet is itty bitty, cramped. It's not a walk-in closet. So this is what we're doing. Here where I'm at in southeastern Ohio, we recently had a cold snap. Basically what that means is instead of being 90 degrees for the high, it is now 50 degrees at night for the low. It's not a huge shift, but it's enough of a drop in temperature to put the fear of God into me. All winter long, no fear of hell. I'm like, well, if it's warm there, but fear of the cold, that's real. Now that we're actually legit in fall, it's time to start thinking about fall and winter apparel. And one of my favorite parts of fall and winter, there aren't many, but one that I really do relish and enjoy is being able to wear my fur coats. Just a disclaimer, these are faux fur. Well, there's a couple of them that might be a little problematic, but we'll talk about that. Okay, so let's just get that out of the way. I am ethically minded. Don't come for me. I'm not killing little fur babies. Not, well, I do for dinner. Yeah. So, why don't we get right to it? This is a vest I've had for ages. How long have I had this? It's possibly almost 20 years that I have owned this. I love it because it is such a neutral pattern. I don't even know what you would call this fur, what it's supposed to be. I have no idea. It's so silky soft. It is like touching air, only softer. It's like that. I don't even remember where I got this. I'm thinking it was a Gordman's purchase way back in the day. It has held up well. You can see that the pile has not aged poorly at all. It's just a very amazing basic vest. This is just fun because it's bright and funky. I love the sort of almost neon lime situation going on. It's faux suede, completely fabric. It's very soft. And then the fur is some kind of, I don't know what it's supposed to be, but it's curled in such a way. It looks like Van Gogh's skies. It's all swirly with multiple shades of green. The jacket itself has this very faint paisley pattern. I don't know if we can even see that, but there's a little bit of texture. Oh, you can almost see it. A lot of fun things going with this, and it's very much part of my color palette, so this is a fun accent to be sporting around in. I don't wear this very often, but it's a really good color to go with a lot of things. Almost navy turquoise. I believe I got this new Bishu I have no idea how to pronounce that name, as my hanger goes everywhere. I almost think I got this new, but I have had this so long I can't remember where I got it from. But it's fun, it's playful, it's furry. The color, pretty neutral, versatile. You know, I'm never into wearing blue or anything, so. This was a complete impulse buy last year. This reminded me of a large Muppet like Sully, or yeah, Sully, not Monsters Inc. Sully. Who is the one that's a lighter color than Grover? Big lighter blue. Terry? Sully? What's his name? Hi. Do you need some attention? Do you need some love, little Archimedes? Do you need some time with the hugs? You know, you're the reason that I'm not in a nice chair, because you guys are napping in my chair. I grabbed the hard chair so I didn't have to disturb you guys. Anyway, it looks like a Muppet, and I feel like there are times where it's fun to go out and just be ridiculous, and this is definitely one of those garments. It's just kind of ridiculous. So I love the color, obviously, this light blue. Fashionable is the brand. It has a really weird lining. It's a comfortable silky lining, but it's pink, which, pink. Why? Why are things pink? Why? This lining has images of wine bottles and rings and perfume, no, the perfume bottles, and little quotes that are really cheesy, like, my heart for you, and you are my forever love, with you is my greatest happiness. Okay. Yeah, not my running vibe. But that's inside, nobody has to see it. It's worth it to put up with the lining for this fabulous jacket. This next one, I don't know how easy this is going to be to see with our black background, although it is making me pretty washed out. Sorry, my camera is trying very hard to deal with how pale my face is and how black this coat is. This is my most problematic piece because this is real rabbit fur. And it is so soft and it is silky and it feels good and it looks good. I like the shortness of the coat. It kind of makes me feel a little bit like I'm pretending to be a Bond girl or something like that. So I have had this for probably 25 years. I was seriously a teenager when I bought this coat. I went back and forth and back and forth and back and forth over buying this coat because it's dead bunny rabbits. So what I eventually decided, buying a fur coat from a thrift store is not contributing to the fur trade except encouraging it as cool or, you know. But at the same time, these bunnies are already dead and it would be a shame for them to die in vain. So, I don't know, I guess you can decide whether I'm sinning by having a rabbit coat or not, but it was a thrift purchase. It was old when I got it. You could see how old it is with, I don't know if it's rabbit leather or something else, for the lining here is quite worn, and it was that way when I got it. This is in amazing shape still. Probably somebody's gonna throw a bucket of red paint on me at some point, but I will have enjoyed this for many years by that point. So. Another black one. I love this coat. I love this coat. This was purchased well over 10 years ago at a thrift shop, but it was, well, no, it was a vintage shop. And this one cost a few pennies. If I remember correctly, it had an $80 price tag. And it was worth every penny that I didn't spend because it was purchased for me as a gift. I have loved this coat for many, many years. I don't get a chance to wear it very often because I feel like it's a more fancy coat, so I tend not to wear it unless I'm going to the opera, which has happened probably 2 times in my life. Something fancy and formal I would wear it for. I suppose one could say a date, but that is probably never gonna happen again, ever in my life, so... How did this start going down such a dark road all of a sudden? I don't know. I love how long it is. I love the over-the-top fanciness. The longer fur on the collar and the cuff are just... love it. And of course this is entirely faux fur. This doesn't even look real. I do not know what brand this is because the label was long cut out of the coat, but I think it's an older one because look at these buttons. That looks like an older style of button to me. Really retro. But it's elegant and it's warm, importantly. And I plan on savoring this coat for many years to come. This is not really a fur coat. It's a suede coat with a faux fur collar, but it's kind of a burgundy wine color. Not normally a color I wear, but on occasion, it's a nice color. This is a really nice, basic, do all the things coat for not super, super cold weather. It's not Michigan winter warm, it's more like Southern Ohio winter warm. It is a little problematic because it's suede, and I'm pretty convinced this is real suede. Yeah, it's real suede, but I'm thinking this is supposed to look like coyote fur. It's totally fake. You can totally feel that it's fake. But it looks good, it looks cool, and it's a really nice coat to have that's not fancy and still looks good. And again, I have no idea who manufactured this because the tag is long gone. This is probably my absolute favorite faux fur coat that I have. Not because it's the nicest, but because it's so over the top, so ridiculous, and so visually loud. But it's really beat up, it's ratty. I got it for very cheap because a lot of the fur is actually starting to matte, felt. So I can wear this really fancy-ish over-the-top coat and just not worry about it. If it gets a little dirty, if I should happen to get a stain on it, it's not the end of the world because this coat has seen better days. And yet it is so fabulous. Those of you who saw my video on creating a witchy aesthetic will probably recognize this coat because I wore this in the outside scenes of that video. And I just adore it. I don't know what kind of animal this is supposed to be. I really have no idea if it's even supposed to mimic a real animal, but I love this particular color pattern of faux fur, earth tone that matches me. Like if I had fur, this is what I would look like. Sadly, it's old enough that the faux leather lining is getting sticky. It's doing that thing where it breaks down and but I'm gonna keep wearing this thing until it falls apart. I wouldn't put it past me to put a new lining in it because for me it's invaluable having a coat this visually over the top that I can be rough and tumble in and not worry about damaging it. It's already damaged. I love me some ridiculous faux fur, which is everything. If you're gonna be miserably cold, you might as well be wearing something glorious. Now, this is almost the same pattern, but this coat, I bought this one new, probably about 7-ish years ago. I just couldn't turn away. It is, guess, is that right? It's really hard to tell what that label says. And this is one of those really nice faux furs that are full retail, a couple $100 or more. This was on clearance for like 70 to 90% off, I forget what. I paid under $100 for this coat, but this was back when I was able to pretend that I had some disposable income. And I just fell in love with this thing. It was a moment of weakness that I have never regretted. It's soft, it's sumptuous. Of course, it sort of matches my color tone. I mean, I can't complain. It's like gorgeous. Here, I just like, yes, let's, So this last coat, I got this about 3 or 4 years ago at a vintage shop in southeastern Ohio. I love the fact that it's just so freaking warm. It's extremely long. It's got this really soft really short fur black pile for the body of the coat, and then the collar and the cuff are an imitation sheepskin, very dark brown, and I like that contrast. And it also came with the belt. I don't know how the belt has stayed with it all those years until it came to me, but the aesthetic look of it, I just feel like Russian. And so I like to take this big furry hat that I have and I kind of rock it out feeling like I'm in Dr. Zhivago. Feeling like I'm on the set of Dr. Zhivago does not make me feel any warmer to picture myself in a Russian winter, but I'm amused by the aesthetic. So this is my Dr. Zhivago coat. I keep hearing Lara's theme in my head whenever I put this on. Wow. So that is all of my fur coats. Not all of my coats. I have a lot of coats. I love the extra, the fabulousness of fur. I hope you enjoyed this little tour of my coat closet. Let me know if you'd like to see other tours, like maybe my non-fur coats, or maybe, I don't know, my shoes. Would you like more tours of my closets? We could do that. Like I said, I love finding beautiful over-the-top coats at thrift stores and paying next to nothing for them and just collecting them and amassing all of these choices so that when I do go out, I can choose how to look. I'm usually trying to go for something a little extra. Life sucks. You might as well have fun where you can. So that's all the things. Thanks for watching this video. I had so much fun sharing my pretties with you. If you enjoyed this video, you're more than welcome to like, comment, share, subscribe, click the bell, and follow along on Facebook and Instagram. Wild things, I will see you on the next video, but until then, keep your wardrobe wild. No, because mostly I eat fish, so there's no fur involved with fish. So. You want to just sit on my shoulder for a while? Is that what we're doing? What? Almost got a top on today. Yep, you can see my belly button. I didn't feel like wearing much for clothes, I guess, today. With our background and the black background. No bunnies were harmed in the reselling of the jacket. Probably shouldn't laugh, it's a serious topic.